What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another gold farm. So in today's video, we're looking at a gold farm that's been quite forgotten. When I returned to retail after playing a lot of SOD, I noticed that I sold all of these items and I had to restock, and the prices were actually quite decent. So we're going to take a look at the farm. Firstly, though, big thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide, which you can now get for 50% off using the discount code STUDENT. It features the absolute best ways that I personally use in order to achieve multiple gold caps. The best part about it is the fact that once you get the gold guide, it comes with a lifetime of free updates. So whenever we get the expansion War Within, I just update the exact same guide with the best gold farms for the new expansion, and I send it directly to your email completely for free. So that's going to be linked down below in the description, together with the VIP Discord, which is pretty much for the people that have the gold guide and is happy with it. VIP Discord is pretty much like a Patreon, so you get to watch all my YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube, but you also get access to exclusive content like investments, gold tips, spreadsheets, etc. Stuff that can't go into the gold guide because once too many people knows about it, the point kind of dies, right? So that's also in the description. But now we're going to take a look at the farm. OG gold farmers already know what this is just based on the location that I'm at. But pretty much the way that we're going to be making gold, we're going to try to get collectible items, transmog items specifically. So what you do is you head over to Bashir's landing in TBC Blades Edge Mountain, and step number 1 is just to kill all of these mobs in this area. So you're going to be running around in a loop, killing absolutely everything that gets in your way. Now, these mobs are hyper spawning like absolute crazy. We did it in a group, which is the best way to do it, but it can also be done solo, and is really worth doing solo if you don't have a lot of competition on these items. But the reason why I said that this is step 1 is that this is only one of the ways, and not the best way to acquire the items that we're after. If you look at the most valuable item overall list on the right side of the screen, you'll see a bunch of items that's called depleted. Now, these are items that aren't complete. They look pretty much like this horrible ring right here, where you need to infuse the ring with Apexis shards in order to get to the actual item that can be transmogged. So what you're doing is you're mainly farming for these, the Apexis shards, but you can, of course, acquire depleted items just by killing these mobs. It is also worth mentioning that killing these mobs will also yield you primal mana, but also these Ethereum prison keys that's used for reputation, as long as you've unlocked that chain in the Nether Storm. But the main gold will be made with the Apexis shards. Now, you need the Apexis shards not only so that you can actually complete the transmog items that you're getting, but in fact, the majority of the gold is made after you've killed these mobs in step 1, because step 2 is actually flying around killing these mini bosses. So you use the Apexis shards not only to complete items, but you can also use them to summon mini bosses that has a way higher chance at dropping depleted items. So there's 4 different dragons that you can summon and kill. The cool thing about this one is that each dragon is different, and it drops you like a part of a scale. Once you kill all 4 dragons, you can combine these scales into a cloak, which can be sold on the auction house as a transmog. But yeah, they have a way higher chance of giving you the actual depleted items. So the dragons are located, 2 dragons, like right up here. You have the first one at my location, just above the crystal spine. And then you have the next one just slightly south from that, down here. Now, once you've killed these 2 dragons, you just click on the egg, and then you place in Apexis shards to summon the dragon. Very simple stuff. Once you've done that, the last 2 dragons that you need is going to be right here in Ugri-La. One up north in Ugri-La, and one down south in Ugri-La. That's the 4 dragons. However, though, there's more. Each of these forge camps has 4 mini bosses that you can summon. 1 on Forge Camp Wrath, 4 on the Forge Camp Wrath, and 4 down at Forge Camp Terror. Extremely good. Now, this is by far the best way to acquire these depleted items, as if you do this in a group especially, because it's enough that one guy summon the bosses and everyone can kill that boss and loot that boss with personal loot. So each forge camp will have this crystal thingy, 4 of these that you can once again click on, place your Apexis shards in it, and it will summon a mini boss with a higher chance of giving you a depleted item. So you can see there's 4 of these placed around at each forge camp. So I highly advise you guys to do like we do and do an hour of farming at Bashir's Landing, so you get a bunch of Apexis shards, and then you fly around and you summon the mini bosses and kill those for even more depleted items. Now, make sure that you don't go overboard on summoning mini bosses, as you do need to have enough Apexis shards to complete all the depleted item. But this is boss number 3, dragon number 3 right here. And then you have the last dragon right down south of this. Very simple stuff. But this is, once again, complicated enough to the point where most people don't do it, so you don't have that much competition on it. And this is the last dragon spawn. So keep in mind, though, that we're still dealing with transmog, and transmog sells slower than most other things in the game, but this is just a nice way to gain highly valuable collectibles on the auction house that should go along with all the other transmog you have on the auction house. You need to have a bunch of transmog on the auction house, different transmog, in order to get guaranteed daily sales. So definitely go give this a go. I do got a bunch of videos like this one, but also steady gold coming up on the YouTube channel. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you want to see that. With that being said, don't forget to check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide, and also the VIP Discord channel with links in the description. And I will see all of you guys back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.